Play it again.
I want it.
The Allies are calling it chronosphere technology. My sources tell me it is done with extremely high energy signals.
I want it.
Comrade, how?
I am surrounded by idiots. Do whatever it takes. Steal it. Take it from them. Nadia, tell your spies I want detailed plans. If Grodenko had not allowed Einstein to slip through our fingers, that weapon would be ours now.
Comrade, we do have a lead. An Allied base outside SETI is sending out very strong energy signals. I believe this is where the chronosphere hides. There are 3 separate control centers we've identified there.
Take control of all 3. Do not allow them to destroy that which is rightfully ours. General?
Reinforcements have arrived. Reinforcements have arrived.
Ready and waiting, yes sir?
Unit lost.
At once.
Reinforcements have arrived. Unit
Ready and
lost.
waiting, course. Very well. Yes sir?
Unit
Yes sir?
lost.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes sir? Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Yes sir? Affirmative.
Lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Of course.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Comrade.
Cannot deploy
Acknowledged.
here.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction
Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Cannot deploy here. New construction
Yes,
options.
sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
New construction options. Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Vehicle
Unit
reporting.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building. Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Awaiting
Unit
acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
New construction options.
Vehicle acknowledged.
Our base is under
Acknowledged.
attack.
Affirmative.
Prepare.
Vehicle affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Prepare.
Waiting order.
Training. Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Training. Building. Unit lost. Unit
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Training.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our base is under attack. Building. Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
At once. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Training.
Of course. Very well.
Unit
Ready and waiting.
ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Reporting. Of course.
Insufficient funds.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Our base is under attack. Training. Unit
Reporting.
ready.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Of course. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
At once. Affirmative.
Unit
At
ready.
once. Affirmative.
Training.
Very well.
Building.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. At once.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Repairing. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Repairing. 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 Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Comrade.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Repairing. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Construction
Reporting.
options.
Acknowledged.
Our base
Yes,
is
sir.
under attack.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Repairing. Building. Unit repaired. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Repairing. Unit repaired. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Comrade.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Comrade, affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Awaiting orders.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Repairing. New construction options. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Mission loaded. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Spy plane ready. Select target.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Preparing.
Affirmative.
Unit prepared.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Spy ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Select target. Reinforcements have arrived. Repairing. Unit repaired. Insufficient funds. Unit lost.
Ready and wait. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. At once. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Yes, sir. Of course. Very well. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
At
lost.
once. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Spy plane
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Vehicle
Affirmative.
reporting. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Select target. Our base is under attack. Repair.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Preparing. Preparing. Unit ready. Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
On hold. Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Comrade? Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Prepared.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Select target. Prepared.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Select target. Reinforcements have arrived. Insufficient funds.
Ready and waiting. At once.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. At once. Very well. Very well. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Spy plane ready. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Building. Mission loaded. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Waiting order.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Comrade? Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Ready. Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building. Unit lost. Reinforcements have arrived.
Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. At once.
Silos needed. Building. Construction complete. Training.
Report acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Very well.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Training. Spy plane ready.
Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Training.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Our base is under attack.
Affirmative.
Preparing.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting.
Preparing.
Reporting.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Reporting.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Insufficient funds.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Select target. Select target. Structure sold. Unit ready. Building.
Waiting orders.
Unit
Agreed.
lost.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Building. Low power. Building. Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Select target. Unit ready. Building. Reinforcements have arrived.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Spy plane ready. Insufficient funds.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Repairing. 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 Select target. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Comrade, comrade. Acknowledged. Comrade, affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building. Building. Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit lost. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Spy plane ready.
Vehicle report.
Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Repairing. 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 Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Repairing.
Comrade, acknowledged.
Select target. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit ready. Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Comrade, acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Spy plane
Comrade.
ready. Select target. Insufficient funds. Training.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Comrade,
Spy
acknowledged.
plane ready. Select target. Repairing. Unit repaired.
Vehicle reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit ready. Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Affirmative.
Our base is under
Yes, sir.
attack. Repairing. Unit lost.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Awaiting affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Lost. Unit
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds. Select target.
Acknowledged.
Reinforcements have
Comrade.
arrived.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Prepared.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Unit
Acknowledged.
prepared.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Building. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Comrade.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Building. Unit repaired.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reconstruction options. Unit ready. Building. Repairing. Building. Unit ready.
Vehicle
Building.
reporting. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Select target. Unit ready. Reinforcements have arrived. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Repairing.
Reporting. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack. Building. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit repaired. Insufficient funds.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Report affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Select target. Unit ready. Reinforcements have
Comrade
arrived.
acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Of course.
Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Agreed. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Silos
Affirmative.
needed.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Silos needed. Building. Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Silos needed.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Silos needed.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Unit repaired. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative. Comrade, acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Saved.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Silos needed.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes,
Waiting
sir.
order.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade, affirmative. Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Awaiting. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Vehicle affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Silos
Yes, sir.
needed.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Low power.
Yes, sir.
Timer
Acknowledged.
Warning. Mission accomplished.